am going to run through a really quick demo of Toggl, which is a time tracking software that I just love. It's very easy to use, it's free, and you can sync to your mobile device from desktop, so you can use both and it will sync up automatically. When you first sign up for Toggl, I recommend doing so on your desktop, and you will see a screen that looks like this. So go ahead and sign up using an email address, and then once you've done so, you can log in. So you will see along the left-hand side here some different options. It automatically opens in the timer mode, so that's what you're seeing here. And this is where you can start recording all of the things that you're doing throughout your day. You can also click on the dashboard, and this will give you a recap of the things that you have done once you have things in your time log. Also, after you have logged some things, you can generate reports, gather insights, and then view your saved reports too. You can also manage projects that you create, and if you decide to really dive into this and utilize it from a business perspective, you can create clients and get your team on board. And then you can also manage tags in Toggl as well. Within the timer mode, you will see the screen. You will see over on the left, there are two options on the very far upper right corner. You can operate this in either timer mode or manual mode. Manual mode is for times when you already know exactly what times you've worked on a certain project or done a certain task, and you can manually input the times, a time period to another time period. So you can manipulate this yourself. What I like to do is I like to run by timer mode. So click on this very tiny little clock icon. And then I just start typing in my task. So let's say right now I'm eating lunch. I'm going to type in lunch as my task that I'm working on. Now, I also like to categorize so I can see main projects or categories that I work on all at once after I've logged an entire week. So in this case, lunch would fall under the project of meals. So over here, you will see the little folder icon. If you click on that, a list of all the projects or categories that I've created will show up. So in our situation, we want to click on meals, but I just want to show you also that if you don't see your project or category on the list, you can easily create a new project by clicking down here. So I'm going to click on meals. So now our task is set and our project is set. Now I'm just going to click the green button to start timing, and you can see the timer start here. I'm going to let this go until I've finished my lunch. And then when I move on to a new task, I am going to click the stop button. And I'm going to enter in my next task. Let's say I am doing admin work for my website. So I'll type in admin, and then I'll look for the project for my site, Pip and Debbie, and I will click go or start. And on. This is how it goes. And like I said, you can sync to your mobile device. So let's say I start something on my desktop, and then I take my phone upstairs and I finish something there and want to start something else. I can easily dive into my phone app and control everything that way. Also, I want to mention, if you do want to get this on your phone, it's really easy. Just go to the App Store and type in Toggl, Toggl, and log in with the same username and password, and it pops up automatically. Okay, so once you have logged, say, a few days of time and you want to comb through the information. Now, if you click over to dashboard, you can determine a certain time frame. So instead of this week, because I haven't logged time this week, but I know I did in January, I'm just going to select a time frame that I know I was logging, and I'm going to click enter. So it brings up a report about what exactly I did all of that week. I spent most of my time sleeping. I spent a lot of time on my WordPress migration and editing video and on and on. If I go to reports and do the same, I will see this detailed report with everything that I did during the week in January that I selected. So this is exactly how many hours I spent doing admin work. I spent 14 hours with my boys, 49 minutes on my budget, and on and on. And see, you can see here how the more specific you get with your time logs, the more you're going to be able to see what you are doing. If you're really generic or you skip big parts of your time, you're not going to be able to get this information. So I've been able to hone my time pretty well because I have just really dug into this in the past year. But prior to that, if I would have logged my time, I would have seen a lot of unnecessary stuff on here, like scrolling through Facebook mindlessly and tasks like that really didn't need to be in my time log. So I'm hoping that something like that will be revealed to you as you get in a few days and you've been logging for a little bit. Okay, don't forget that you can always change the time up here. So it automatically pops up as this week. So if you're not looking at this week, you need to just keep in mind that these dates need to be changed. I also wanted to mention tags. I have not used a lot of tags because I like using categories and then tasks within the categories, but I can see where people could find this really helpful. Here are all the tags that I've set for the tasks that I've done, and I don't have many in here, like I said, but you can create as many tags as you want. If you go to the upper right corner, you can create new tags and go crazy with this. So for me, if I were to tag, the things I would want to tag would be work, maybe family, exercise. Tags represent a wider range of things because when I'm logging very specific tasks, say for work, I get really detailed. So maybe I want to know how much work I did in a given week. I don't want to know exactly the projects I worked on, but I just want to know how much time I worked. So in that case, I can go through on my time review and I can start tagging everything that relates to work with the work tag. So admin, yes, that's work. I would click on this little tag and I would click on work. So that would pop up there. And I would just go down and I would do that for everything that related to work. Now, if I go to reports, I know that I just changed something on January 31st. So I'm going to select a range that falls in there. Remember how I set 2 tags for work. So if I had done that for all of my projects, I would be able to click on this tag button, click on work, and it will bring up everything that I did for work within this time range. So tagging your tasks can be very valuable. If I want to dive into looking at a project that I worked on in this time range, I will click on project. Let's see how much admin I did. I'm going to unselect the tag. So admin, I spent 2 hours during January 27th through February 2nd. This is a really great way to see exactly how much time you're working on a given project during a given amount of time. Now, one more thing that I did not mention on the timer mode is that if you forget to log a period of time, let's say I have been logging my sleep and I wake up and I start eating breakfast and I start doing other things and I forget to come stop my timer. That is okay. I can come in, I can stop it, and then I can start my next task that I did after sleeping. So let's say I ate breakfast and that falls under the meals category. Start and stop that. So now I know that I slept from, okay, obviously these times are going to be way off because I'm just doing a test here. But let's say I knew that I slept from 3:21 to 3:23. So you just click on the time and you can manually alter it if you want. So you click over here, 3:23, hit enter, and then I know I started breakfast right after that, so I do the same thing, click on the time, 3:23, enter. So if you need to go back and alter things manually, it's very doable. Once you start logging more things in your week, you can see up here how much time you are spending on things from the longest on the left to the shortest on the right. For this example, I've spent most of my time on meals and the least amount of time on my website. So that's that. I hope this helped you navigate through Toggl. I really find value in this app, and I hope that you do too. Once you get into it and start using it for a couple of days, it really does become ingrained and you get used to it pretty easily, and I don't find that it's a nuisance. So I hope you enjoyed this demo. Thank you, and I will see you in the next module.